Have you ever wondered where the natural gas you use every day in your home comes from? From turning on the stove to heating the shower water, this invisible resource accompanies our daily routines without us even noticing. But its journey is much more complex than you imagine. Learn how a fuel formed millions of years ago beneath the Earth's surface manages to reach your kitchen, safe and purified. Join me on this journey to learn about the fascinating process of natural gas extraction, processing, transportation and distribution. Natural gas is, without exaggeration, one of the most important energy sources of our time. It's present in millions of homes around the world and has become a resource that accompanies our daily lives in ways we often don't even notice. We use it for cooking, for heating rooms, for heating shower water, to power entire factories, and also to generate electricity in large plants. But behind this familiarity lies an important truth. Natural gas is also one of the most delicate and dangerous substances we live with. It is flammable, can be toxic in high concentrations, and in the event of a leak, can trigger extremely dangerous situations. This duality, being both so useful and so dangerous at the same time, makes it a resource that deserves to be understood in detail. Before lighting a stove or boiler, there was an enormous process of exploration and drilling that allowed gas to be brought from deep within the earth. Natural gas is a hydrocarbon composed primarily of methane, although it is often accompanied by other compounds such as ethane, propane and butane. Its origin dates back millions of years, when the oceans teemed with microscopic organisms, algae, plankton and small marine animals. Over time, these remains were buried under layers of sediment. The Earth's pressure and internal heat transformed this organic matter into hydrocarbons. Some were converted into petroleum, others into coal, and a large portion into natural gas trapped within porous rocks. This detail is surprising. When you use natural gas today, you're releasing energy that was formed millions of years ago. Literally, turning on a stove is tapping into energy stored since prehistoric times. To locate these deposits, drilling isn't done haphazardly. Satellites, magnetic sensors, and above all, seismic surveys are used. These work by sending sound waves into the subsoil. When they bounce off different geological layers, scientists obtain a map of what lies beneath the surface. It's like taking an X-ray of the Earth. When a promising area is found, a drilling rig is erected. These structures are gigantic and capable of penetrating kilometers of rock. Drilling can reach depths of 6,000 meters or more, much deeper than the height of Mount Everest. Upon reaching the reservoir, the pressure causes the gas to begin flowing upward on its own. In places where the pressure is insufficient, pumps are used to suction the gas and push it to the surface. But here a first challenge arises. The gas that arrives is not pure. It is mixed with water, sediment and toxic gases. A key fact: natural gas is odorless in its pure form. It's completely odorless. Therefore, a sulfur-scented component, called mercaptan, is added later in the process, allowing it to be quickly detected in the event of a leak. When the gas emerges from the ground, it's unusable. It would be unthinkable to try to fuel a stove with a mixture containing water, mud, sand and hazardous substances. The first step in the processing plant is to separate the gas from all these unwanted elements. The gas passes through special equipment called separators. These gigantic devices act as filters. They remove entrained water, eliminate solid sediments such as sand and clay, and isolate highly dangerous gases such as hydrogen sulfide. In addition, this stage is used to recover other valuable hydrocarbons, propane and butane. Both are widely used fuels. Propane is bottled in cans and used in portable stoves, heaters, and camping grills. Butane, on the other hand, is a key component in lighters and also in industrial processes. Separation is not just a cleaning step. It's also a way to maximize the economic value of the reservoir, since a single well not only produces gas, but also supplies inputs for other markets. At the end of this stage, the gas is more recognizable, although it's not yet ready for mass distribution. It still contains compounds that must be removed to make it safe and efficient. Here begins an even more meticulous phase: purification. At this stage, the natural gas passes through chemical absorption towers. Special solvents are used there to capture unwanted compounds such as carbon dioxide and nitrogen. These gases do not provide energy, so removing them improves the fuel's quality. Dewatering is also performed, i.e. removing any remaining traces of water. Moisture in pipes is dangerous because it can cause corrosion or even form ice plugs in cold climates. Another important process is controlled cooling, which allows liquids to be separated from gases like ethane. Ethane, although less known to the general public, is crucial. Much of it is used in the production of plastics, meaning that many of the containers, bottles and synthetic materials we use began as molecules in natural gas. Once the purification is complete, the gas is already extremely clean and safe. However, a logistical problem remains: how to transport a resource that is invisible, lightweight, and takes up so much volume. Natural gas in its raw state occupies a huge volume and is too light to be practically transported over long distances. To make it manageable, the industry uses two fundamental processes: compression and liquefaction. Compression. In this first option, the gas is subjected to extremely high pressures inside special stations, which make it much denser. This allows it to circulate through extensive pipeline networks that crisscross entire regions, connecting processing plants with cities, industrial zones, and power plants. To maintain the appropriate pressure along the route, intermediate compression stations are installed, which constantly pump the gas and prevent drops in flow. Liquefaction. When the destination is thousands of kilometers away, pipelines are no longer sufficient. In these cases, the gas is cooled to extreme temperatures, close to -160 degrees Celsius, causing it to become a clear liquid known as liquefied natural gas, LNG. This process reduces its volume by about 600 times, meaning a huge amount of energy can be concentrated in a relatively small space. LNG is transported on LNG tankers, vessels specifically designed for this purpose. Each vessel can carry enough gas to supply an entire city for several weeks. The tanks on these vessels are spherical or membrane-shaped, insulated with advanced materials that maintain a constant temperature and prevent leaks during the voyage. Safety is a priority at this stage. Any leak could have serious consequences for both the crew and the environment. Therefore, permanent monitoring systems are used to monitor the pressure, temperature, and integrity of the tanks at all times. Transportation is the stage that connects all the effort expended in the extraction and processing of natural gas with its final destination, the users who will consume it. Without this logistical bridge, the purified gas would not be able to reach homes, factories, or power plants. There are two main ways to move it: overground pipeline networks. In most countries, gas travels through an extensive network of underground pipelines that crisscross entire regions like invisible arteries. These pipelines, which can extend for hundreds or even thousands of kilometers, are made of high-strength materials and have strategically placed safety valves. Compression stations are installed along their length to maintain the appropriate pressure for continuous flow. In addition, real-time monitoring systems are used to detect changes in pressure, vibrations, or potential leaks, allowing immediate action to be taken to prevent accidents. When gas must travel to other continents, the process changes. Instead of being shipped through pipelines, it is converted into liquefied natural gas LNG and transported in specialized ships known as LNG tankers. These vessels are equipped with enormous insulated spherical tanks that maintain the gas at temperatures close to -160 degrees Celsius, ensuring it remains in a liquid state throughout the journey. Thanks to this technology, a single ship can transport enough energy to power an entire city for weeks. In both cases, safety is a priority. Engineers and technicians monitor conditions at every stage of the journey, whether on land or at sea. A failure at this point would not only disrupt supply, but could pose a serious risk to entire communities and the environment. Transportation, therefore, is not just an intermediate step. It is the backbone that connects gas production to the daily lives of millions of people around the world. Once natural gas reaches the country or region where it will be consumed, the stage that finally brings it closer to our daily lives begins: local distribution. The first destination is strategic storage tanks, where the gas is kept under controlled conditions before being sent to the urban grid. From there, it connects to an immense infrastructure of secondary and tertiary pipelines that safely transport it to each city, neighborhood, and ultimately to homes. At this point, something very important happens. Mercaptan is added, a substance that gives it that strong, characteristic odor, similar to sulfur or rotten eggs. The gas, in its natural state, is completely odorless, so without this addition it would be impossible to detect leaks with the naked eye. Thanks to this detail, anyone, even without specialized equipment, can quickly identify a leak and take safety measures. Urban pipelines play a fundamental role. They are installed beneath streets and buildings, invisible to the naked eye, but they silently run throughout the city's fabric. They are built with durable materials and are constantly monitored to ensure they never fail. The system also features regulating stations that adjust the gas pressure, ensuring it always arrives at the right strength and without interruptions. This allows a simple action like turning a knob on the stove or turning on a boiler to work immediately without us noticing all the work going on behind the scenes. In short, local distribution is the last major stage of natural gas's journey, an invisible but essential network that ensures this resource reaches millions of people safely, consistently and reliably every day. Natural gas is much more present in your life than you might imagine. It's not just what lights the stove or heats the water in the shower. Its reach is enormous. In homes, it's the invisible ally that keeps rooms temperate, fueling stoves, ovens and heaters. In industry, it's the energy base for smelting furnaces, glass factories and steel mills, where the steel we use every day is produced. In agriculture, it's converted into fertilizer, essential for millions of people to have access to food. And in transportation in several countries, CNG powers cars, buses and trucks, a more economical option with a lower environmental impact. But its footprint goes even further, in many everyday products. The plastic in bottles, the chemicals we use in cleaning, and even the carbon dioxide that gives fizz to soft drinks are directly related to natural gas. And although it remains a fossil fuel, burning it generates fewer pollutants than coal or oil. This makes it a key element in the transition toward cleaner energy and a more sustainable future. In short, every time you turn on a stove, turn on a light or drink a fizzy soda, some of that energy comes directly from natural gas. The journey of natural gas is impressive. It begins with microscopic organisms that lived millions of years ago, passes through cutting-edge technological exploration, goes through purification, compression and transportation processes, and ends in actions as simple as turning on a stove or enjoying a hot shower. Every time you use natural gas, remember that behind this everyday action lies a gigantic chain of engineering, science and logistics designed to ensure that this resource safely reaches your life.